is Wednesday, December the 27th, 2023. I'm downtown Ottawa. I'm at a shopping center, and I'll see how long I can go in here without someone telling me I can't film here or something. But I mean, people have cameras all the time. Video all the time. So, and I just walk by security, so I don't think it's as bad as when there was the lockdowns and all that. Okay, so for those just happen to come in on this video, don't know who I am. I am a Catholic priest, and I have a YouTube channel. You can watch some of the other videos with the description, some other videos, and then you'll see a little bit more who I am. And I'll switch things around here for a second, I think. There. And I came into Ottawa today. This is in the octave of Christmas for the I'm trying to get around people. I think it's more crowded now than it was before Christmas. But I'm going to go out through those doors in just a few minutes because, it's going to be getting dark. And I came into Ottawa. For a priest luncheon with the Archbishop and his auxiliary and the other priests, anyone who would accept the invitation, who were able. So that's what I did. And I wanted to do a live stream right after. Well, it was kind of neat. I after the lunch, I went up. We had the lunch in the basement of the cathedral, and so after that, like most of the guys had left already, and after talking with the Archbishop and his auxiliary for a little bit, I wanted to go upstairs and make a visit to the Blessed Sacrament, but the door was locked, so I came downstairs to go up the other side, thinking maybe the door would be open on the other side. And as I was coming downstairs, there was this family who was visiting from Toronto, I guess, and they were asking, "Is the door locked? Can we go and look upstairs?" And so I guess the family is originally from Brazil, actually. The father was saying to me, the husband and father, and I think he was there with his wife and mother and daughter, little girl. And so I said, well, let me check. And so I went to see if the rector or the vice rector of the cathedral would be there. And lo and behold, they were there. And I asked them if I'd go visit the Blessed Sacrament and also show a family the cathedral. So we had a good chat. And Father David, the rector of the cathedral, spoke with his wife and daughter, I think, and I spoke with the husband, and they're going to go to Mass there tomorrow, so that's pretty good. And anyway, I said I think I'll take advantage of being in Ottawa here. I'll do a live stream, where the cell signal is stronger, and I can do that. Out at Vickers Woods, there's no cell signal outside, so I can't do a live stream outside there. And what do you know, but I forgot my selfie stick. So I said, well, I'll walk over to the Rideau Center and buy a selfie stick. So it's taken me probably an hour or more to buy the selfie stick. Well, one good thing about all these people coming to Canada who are from other cultures is that there's bargaining. So this selfie stick They said it was $35. And then before I left, because I'm going to go shop around, see if we can get something cheaper, because I think at Walmart they're like $20 or something. And before I left, he says, well, we got a sale, we can do it for $30. And there's no prices on anything, geez. And I guess some people want to be on camera, so I'll put it that way. And anyway, I guess I'm walking down towards the food court here. Anyway, and the security here, you guys. And they got big problems here, security, I'm going to tell you. So they're going to leave me alone, I think. I'm a nice guy. I was chatting with a couple of them earlier. Anyway, they said $35, and the guy said, oh, that's a sale on for $30. So anyway, I shopped around. I found this other one. He wanted $65 for it. And then I said, no, it's too much. He said, what are you looking for? I said, well, I can get it at Walmart for $20. And he said, well, I can do it down to $50. Now, this was a special, a super duper one. Let's see what's in the food court here. And not that I'm going to eat anything, because I ate quite a bit of lunch. It was a nice catered thing. And anyway, I thought, I wonder if they'll accept lower amount. So more security. I don't know if you saw that on the camera or not. But anyway, we'll just go walk around. I'm going to take a look at these places. It sure smells good here. Anyway, I go back down there. So I asked them, hey, would you take 25 for it? So yeah, they check, and he says, yeah, we can take it for $25. So anyway, so here I am, bargain. Now I got a selfie stick that I guess I can leave in my vehicle all the time, so I'm not without. And last time I was here was with Father Will Howard, which might have been 2 summers ago. But I used to work here at the Rideau Center in the parking garage 35 years ago. No, 35 years ago? 29 years ago. 29 years ago, I guess. So I came down here, and wouldn't you know it, one of the guys I worked with is still working here. But he wasn't on shift today. He's coming in on Friday, he said. Well, I won't be in Ottawa for that. So anyway, I gave the guy my number, and he's going to give it to this guy I used to work with, who used to be the captain on the Ethiopian soccer national team back when communism was ruling Ethiopia, if I understand correctly, or was an ally of the communist countries anyway. And now I just got to find my way out of here. Let me see if I go upstairs here. Anyway, see, there's someone taking pictures. That's a great shot. That's a great shot.
Really
Look at that. Woohoo!
Yeah, I tried to feed the phone, but yeah, I did it.
Good stuff. Where are you from? Where are you from? You're visiting Ottawa?
No, I live here.
Oh, you live here? Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Well, have a great day. God bless you. I don't want to go upstairs. Rideau Street. I'm going to follow this sign that says Rideau Street. I've got to get back to the cathedral and to the truck, and Vicar is there. I did take him out after. Vicar's my dog, if anyone doesn't know. And I did take him out to help him relieve himself, and then I took him for a little walk downtown Ottawa, and then I put him back in the truck and came over to the Rideau Center. Okay, I wanted to talk about a couple things. And first of all, Merry Christmas to everyone. I have not done a Merry Christmas video. Merry Christmas to everyone. And on the 24th, so on Christmas Eve, on the 24th Mass, I offer the Mass for all my brother priests around the world. Because one of the things, living like a hermit, for all intents and purposes, I don't have the same pressures and stresses that my brother priests who are ministering parishes do. And a lot of them, they get worn out and stuff like that. So, and there's all sorts of different struggles and whatnot that's going on. So I offer Mass for that. And then for my Mass at dawn, so I like to celebrate the Mass at dawn. I was a little bit late. Dawn was like 7:15. Sunrise was about 1:45, and I started just before sunrise. But anyway, that counts as Mass for dawn. So I decided for the intention for that would be for the millions of people living in the world today who are living in war-torn places. I mean, the threat of bombs and missiles are very real, and people are dying unexpectedly, you know, and that's terrible. And I take a lot of things for granted living here in Canada. I don't like the way Canada is going. I don't think there's going to be I don't think on the political level things are going well, but you know, at least we're not in open hot war here. We certainly have less freedoms than when I was younger, and higher taxes and higher cost of it. It's not going in a good direction, but there are people who are living in war-torn places, and a lot of them it's just because they were born there. Okay, and you know, political leaders and elites and whatnot, they make decisions, and they don't go to the front line. I mean, not that government leaders have such a great life, honestly. I mean, look at the Prime Minister here in Canada. He can't go anywhere without people yelling at him. He's not very well liked, and that's going to be the rest of his life. He can't, like, I am a priest, I'm kind of well known in certain circles, but I can go to a mall here and no one bothers me. I met some nice people earlier, met some new people, maybe I'll get a couple new subscriptions on this, and I do love being out and meeting people. And of course I wasn't live then, and maybe that's good, because maybe we wouldn't have had the conversations we had. But anyway, so I offered the morning Mass for all the millions of people, not only them, but who are living in war-torn places, but also who are living under truly oppressive regimes that, you know, much more in their face than it is here in Canada. And you know, I'm thinking of people, for example, in North Korea and things like that. And for also offering up, realizing this time of the year, it's a lot of tensions, a lot of societal expectations, there's a lot of loneliness, and there's a lot of abusive relationships. So I also prayed for those who were trapped in abusive situations. And you know, that includes, you know, where there's addictions and that type of thing. But there's all sorts of types of abuse that really I would rather not speak about, and I'm not going to. But God knows all these situations that I probably am not even partly aware of. And some people don't know any different because they were born into it, more or less. And I also prayed for those who were alone at Christmas, who did not want to be alone. Like, I'm alone at Christmas, I want to be alone, okay? I rarely ever have the feeling of loneliness. You know, most of the Masses that I offer, most of those Masses, there's nobody from the church militant, that is believers walking the earth, right? But I have all the communion of saints, right? I have the saints in heaven, I have the souls in purgatory with me, and my guardian angel or guardian angels are with me. I rarely feel alone, and I really rarely feel lonely, but there's a lot of people who are very lonely. And as I was listening to some Christmas music, I realized that a lot of what we call traditional Christian music, Christmas music, comes from the 50s or 60s or whatever, and a lot of it is about romance and stuff. And I think that I remember from the past feeling very lonely, if I didn't have a girlfriend or something, and then the family situation often made it even worse if there was drinking going on and whatnot. So I prayed for those who are alone and don't want to be alone and who are lonely, and I also prayed for the lonely who are with a lot of people but feel lonely. So for a lot of people, Christmas Day is not something they necessarily look forward to, and it's something that they're glad to be over with. Not to mention all various other expectations that people have that put on themselves, and they wear themselves out trying to entertain others and stuff like that. So anyway, that was that, and I just thought I would kind of bring that a little. I thought I'd wanted to share that with you, and that let's not forget these people that are in really terrible positions. And I must count my blessings. There are so many people that live on the street, are truly homeless, and yes, I am a beggar, but I have the means to beg, and some of you are very generous. I sent out a mass email. I probably missed a bunch of you. I think I sent it out to 55 individuals. Some of it came back because I included some pictures and stuff like this, and a preview to my last video, just to give kind of a little bonus for those who have given a donation to Adrian Patches in the last year. And it is my intention to start to reach out to you individually, but I'm just going to say right now, no promises, because those are my great intentions. And I'm not, I have a long way to go. I'm still a work in progress. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm gonna get outside in a couple of minutes, because it's getting dark. I mean, I don't care if it's not dark, but I want to be able to. I want to have a decent live stream, and I'll take you with me, walking back to the cathedral. But I wanted to talk about, what everyone in the Catholic Church and all the Keeners are talking about, and I did my last video on it, and that is about this declaration document and whatnot. And but what I'm going to say, okay, so I already did a video on it. I don't know how I could be more clear, and that's just a visual to see, so everyone can see what's actually kind of going on, and not to get shaken. And I have another video that I hope to upload and publish soon, or I'll do a new one about scandal. And don't get scandalized. Remember that Jesus founded his church, founded one church, and he promised to be with us to the end of the ages, eh? So, he is the bridegroom, the church is his bride. Individual members of the church on earth are not faithful. Every time we commit a sin, we're not faithful to that marital bond with God who became man, right? That's where we celebrate our Christmas. And but he is sinless and he is faithful. So he is here, he is in the Catholic Church. That's why I'm here. Bottom line, that's why you'll never get me out of the Catholic Church, because this is where Jesus is. And are there people who want to split it and all this stuff? Yes, because there's all sorts of wounded people, and like I've mentioned in other videos, everyone is working out of their woundedness, basically. So are there infiltrators in the church? Yeah, in all likelihood, all this other stuff. But also just people's woundedness, and people trying to deal with guilty consciences and things like this, but in ways that are not healthy. The only way to deal with a guilty conscience is to admit you're wrong, go to confession, receive absolution, or if you haven't been baptized, to get baptized, and your sins will be forgiven. And many of you who watch this video know, you've experienced, I testify firsthand, there's a huge difference once I receive absolution, the presence of God in my life, and to really know that my sins are forgiven. But anyway, back to this document, this is what I want to say, because there's way too much talk about it, right? Like on the plus side, people are talking about the church or whatever, maybe. But, probably the average person, if I went around and asked people, hey, did you hear about the recent document? I mean, maybe I will if I get a chance to talk to someone. I bet you like 99% of people have never heard of it, okay? They're not paying attention. I think, and this is what I really think about this document, it is a distraction. It is a distraction. They released this a week before Christmas. No, and it's causing all sorts of trouble. I don't care what I don't care. The details of what is written there is kind of beside the point. The fact of the matter is, there's going to be a lot of people who will feel justified in their sin, and a lot of souls are at risk because of this document. But the timing of it, a week before Christmas, this is a distraction. It's like, when those emergency alerts come on your phone, and your emergency alert comes on your phone. I always tell people, if you're driving, don't look at your phone when that emergency bzz, 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 goes, because if everyone is receiving it at the same time and everyone looks at their phone, there's going to be a huge car accident. So with a document like this, I say it's a distraction, and I think the trick is to stop looking at that document. Stop. Read it. I mean, obviously, but the point, if you want to, read it. But this is a distraction. So let's look around. The emergency buzzer goes off. Instead of looking at your phone, look at everyone else. Look around, right? Be on the guard. Defensive driving, and because it's distracting us from something else. Now, what is that in the church? Well, someone told me, because I wasn't following it that closely, that, I guess I'll go outside now. Someone told me that there was a bishop or a cardinal, probably a cardinal, I don't know, who was convicted of bad stuff at, hi, Merry Christmas. For crimes somehow regarding the Vatican Bank or something. Well, you know what? That might be. See if I'm going to have to put my hat on here. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I kind of thought I might talk to that guy right there with the backpack, but okay, where was I? Distraction, right? So that might be a distraction. Distract from that scandal. Shadow Laurier, the Senate, which used to be the train station way back when. I've always taken you down this street. This is Sussex. Let's not go there. Let's go the back route. As soon as the light turns green here, I get the walk signal. Look, the big distraction is, what various governments around the world, including in Canada, they're passing all sorts of legislation giving themselves more control, lining up their ducks, because the big picture is A, B, C, D, population, and control freaks wanting to control people. It's terrible. And we must resist, you know? But anyway, we'll walk down here. So yeah, so there's the population issue, and how do you reduce population? Well, Gil Bates, he said that on a TED Talk once, I think. His plan. Anyway, historically, how do populations get reduced? War, famine, and disease. That's how. So, oh, I didn't realize, you know, I was looking for a Walmart, but there's a Zellers here. Because, you know, I was looking for a Walmart, I was looking for a selfie stick. And I thought, is there any department store? And this is, you know, the Hudson Bay Company. And now they brought back Zellers, which is, you know, a little bit more reasonably priced things. Hudson Bay became just known the last few years as a very expensive department store. So anyway, yeah, war, famine, disease, and that's what I think. It's a distraction. So to me, there's no need, other than the video that I did, there's no need to talk about it. It's obviously causing a lot of division. It's obviously problematic. It doesn't matter if someone wants to say, I'm going to walk through here. It doesn't matter if someone you know, you lose the forest for the trees, right? So I guess I've just walked into the bay. There's a lot of traffic through here if you want to buy some shoes or perfume or cologne. So anyway, does that make sense? Does that make sense? Here's some Christmas decorations. In the Rideau Center, where they had the Santa Claus set up, it was right where there's one section of the mall where there's a huge toy store. It's pretty smart, shrewd, I guess. How did we do? You're welcome. So I've just cut through here, and now I'm in the Byward Market area. Just like that. Just like that. Yeah, so I think it's a distraction. Let's keep our eyes on, or head on a swivel, and keep our eyes open to see what's actually going on. And just because they're passing laws that people are, oh, they're not gonna do that, they're not gonna do this. You know where it's going. Digital ID, social credit, all of that thing. Yeah, they pass the laws. They line up their ducks, and they might not implement them right away. And there's so many that even if the present government or governments, get knocked out, they know they're just going to be back in power, next time around. So in Canada, because people are not that politically astute, here's the beaver tails. I for one, am very grateful that I'm walking around in shoes right now, and I'm walking around in shoes, and there's not snow on the ground, and it's 5 degrees Celsius, which is like 41 or so Fahrenheit. So I am very grateful for catastrophic man-made climate change. Yay, global warming. That's what I think. So anyway, here's the mainstream media in downtown Ottawa here. TSN 1200, that's sports. Pure Country 94, obviously the country radio station. CTV, I don't know what that acronym stands for, but that's the big television, national television. There's CTV, there's Global, and then there's the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and the Ottawa Senator's store in there. And for some reason it's closed. I guess it must be connected to the radio stations or something. I don't know. Christmas break. And there's a giant tiger. That's another kind of discount department store. And I think it's just in Ontario. I don't know where it started. It might have started in Ottawa. It might have started in Smith Falls or something. But
Okay, up to the right.
yeah, anyway, so for example, here in Canada, the Liberal government, the so-called Liberal, which is communist, with the President and Prime Minister, yeah, they're doing very bad in the polls, but unfortunately they're locked in for another couple of years. They're not going to call an election as long as they're polling until they have to. And okay, if they get knocked out and the and the Conservatives, the so-called Conservatives, Conservative Party of Canada, gets in, well, even if the Conservative Party did have our best interests at heart and not just political power, in other words, it's just a political career for them, okay? There's going to be too many things for them to undo. It's kind of like the damage of the last 10 and a half years in the Catholic Church. I mean, unless, a new guy gets in and, declares definitively, ex cathedra, that the reality of the situation in the last 10 and a half years, and every act and every document as null and void, it's going to take forever to undo the mess. It's going to take forever to undo the mess. So in the civil political situation, governments all around the world, they're lining up their ducks, and they know, the Liberals know that, that there's a high probability that if they get knocked out of this election, or the next election, they are being propped up by the New Democratic Party, which is the communists on steroids, I'm going to say, comparing it to the Liberals. But, they're all socialists, and they know that, the next election or two elections, they're going to get back into power, and this legislation they've put in, then they can start implementing it, And I'm just going to put the camera on me for a second. And so, people see the camera. I got this wire coming out of my ears, and this wire coming out of my pocket, so people know I'm live streaming. But anyway, of course they can't tell if I'm got the camera on them or me. But yeah, so see, because because Canadians are not that astute generally, and basically what happens is after a government is in, 2 or 3 or 4 terms. We don't have a 2-term limit like the United States, so it does for their president. What happens is Canadians just say, "Oh, they've been in power long enough. We're going to vote the next guys in," and that's basically it. There's not a lot of, strategy. I mean, there is obviously with some people, and and some viewers even of this channel, have been upset with me because I consider the People's Party of Canada to be the best federal political party right now. Some might say, what about the Christian Heritage Party? Yeah, they've been around for a long, long time. And had they not had the word Christian in it, but had, like Canadian Heritage Party, they would have had a better chance. But anyway, so some people say, oh, if I support the PPC, I mean morally support, right? If I, give my check mark to them, then I'm taking, I'm giving votes to the Liberals because they think that somehow I would vote Conservative if the PPC weren't around. No, the Conservatives have to be Conservative for me to vote them Conservative. Sorry, it's not my fault that they support the unliving of the vulnerable. They won't stand up for the vulnerable in the womb. And also the immigration, all that other stuff. The migration, I don't know. It's not proper. It's not right. Bringing 500 million people from cultures that are not in sync with Canadian culture. I have no problem with people coming to Canada as long as they leave their problems, their geopolitical problems, from where they're coming from there. But again, that is, we have to look at ourselves, the Catholic Church. We have to look at ourselves because we've had all these people come into Canada for decades, and we have not evangelized them. We have bought into this. We have bought into this multiculturalism stuff, right? And we're not standing up against this other attacks, about colonialism and stuff like that. Like, my Canada includes Sir John A. Macdonald, and I don't think it should be renaming streets in Toronto and whatnot just because you have a new mayor. So there's the spires of the cathedral in the distance there. Anyway, there's a little bit of a political rant there, but yeah, like I say, they're lining up all their ducks legislatively, and then it's a very patient game, and it is a game for them. I think some of these people, it's like a sport, and they unite on their team. It's not about principles, and that's why I do like the PPC because at least, you know, what is being said is based on certain principles. But anyway, who knows how it all plays out. We turn it over to God, and we do our best. And on, you know, in our own day-to-day lives, we just, you know, share the love with people, right? Share the love with people. And that's about it. But yeah, people might rejoice at a political victory, right? So say for example, an election is called because the NDP decide to not prop up the Liberals anymore. Okay, and so it is possible that an election could be called at any time, but more likely in a couple of years, because they don't want Pierre Poilievre and the Conservative Party of Canada to get in. But they also know, like, it's a long game. So people might rejoice if the Conservatives get in, and then well, just wait one or more two elections, and the Liberals will be back in, and then they'll pull the trigger. Just like in Mexico, you know, before the persecution against the church, they had all these laws lined up, but they didn't implement any of them. And then, I don't know, it was 10 or 20 years later, they decided to pull the trigger on these laws. Okay, I'm going to check the live chat. I'm back at the parking lot, right? I'll just take a gander here, make sure my truck is still there. Yeah, it's still there. You can't see it, I don't think. Is my flag still there? Yeah, my flag on my antenna is still there. So I think I'll check the live chat, just see what the people have been saying, and just make a decision whether I want to go for any more of a walk, any suggestions, or maybe respond to any of the live chat. And hope that was helpful to you in some way. But yeah, my big observation regarding this document is it is a distraction. Whether that's on purpose a distraction, because of the timing of it a week before Christmas, I do think so. And what exactly that they're trying to distract from, I don't know exactly, but I offer you, you know, the big picture of the elite's plans, you know, my tinfoil hat, the conspiracy theory stuff, and possibly, you know, something else, some other thing. And there may or may not be an agenda, but certainly this document has not, at least immediately, been helpful. The whole, it's just contributed to more division, not less. But anyway, okay, let's check the live chat. Katie, Christine. Merry Christmas, everyone. Peter the Green, that was a great video, Father. Holy wisdom meets common sense. Yeah, it's just common sense, but common sense is not so common to say. Oh, Christine, is that a mask on the Zellers poster? Yeah, my first glance was that too. No, it's a girl blowing bubble gum. Enemies of the church. So Peter the Green says, enemies of the church have hounded weak leaders into accepting as true hoaxes claiming anti-native atrocities by church missionary organizations, leading to a sense of guilt among the hierarchy. Yeah, that's a fair observation, I think. Okay, so I don't know. I don't find it that, you know, inspiring down here. Why don't I walk to the front of the cathedral? Maybe we'll see some nice Christmas lights at the National Gallery around that, just that, I don't know, atrocious spider that they've got permanently installed there. That's framed perfectly by the cathedral doors on a summer day if you're leaving and the doors are open. But maybe we'll see something. And in the meantime, if you want to leave any chat, I'll try to keep an eye on it. So these are, you know, interesting, you know, architecture of the relatively short history of Ottawa and Canada. And then in the back there you have obviously a more modern building, but the architects had to incorporate those windows at the top to kind of fit in some way. I don't know what the deal is, but this parking lot, you know, where the cathedral is, it's, I don't know, they're supposed to have to develop it or something. I'm like, well, what's wrong with having a parking lot? If they develop it, they should have underground parking. They should. But that's talking to the security at the Rideau Center. Yeah, it's such a problem in the wintertime, the underground parking there. They don't have cashiers like they had when I was working there, but there's some lights up here. This is the palace or the cathedral, the Archbishop's residence. Over there, the kind of rectangular building with the flat roof is that would be like the sacristy, I think, or not the whole thing, obviously, but that building there looks like maybe 1960s or something. This one here. Anyway, I can't remember what I was talking about. Well, the video's been 47 minutes. I definitely will shut it off before an hour. The live streams are easy for me. Instead of having to upload like that 7-minute video that I did last time, that was like a 4 or 5 hour process, okay? Because the internet speed, I guess. And so here's some of the Christmas decorations at the cathedral. And these lights are, I guess, on public property. Anyway, some years there's skating on the canal at this time of year. I've skated many times between Christmas and New Year's. Some memorable times, for sure. So, the red and green. I believe that's the U.S. Embassy there. I'm not sure. But anyway, the building off in the distance there. With the lights, that's the library, the Parliament building. And that's the National Art Center. And you probably can't pick it up, which is probably fine, it's that big black spider. I guess I could have walked up to City Hall, where you've seen many times on my live streams, just to see if they had the artificial ice there, and if they're skating. They probably are. They probably are. But Anyway, this is the front of the cathedral. Way up. Okay. Yeah, so I do this 1 hour long live stream, or however long it is. Even if I do a 2 hour live stream, it's it's you know it's easier for me. It only takes 2 hours, where a 7 minute video is like 4 or 5 hours. So, okay, I'm in North Carolina, USA. Oops, I gotta try to pick that one up. 61 Fahrenheit here. What's the temperature in Ottawa? It'd be about 41, I said. Yeah, 5 degrees Celsius. Little trick how to calculate. You double it, Celsius, right? 5 and 5 is 10. Then you subtract the first number, first digit, that's a 1, so it's 9. And then you add 32. And you get 41 degrees Fahrenheit. But I don't have a hat on because I'm a tough Canadian. I was talking to my sister who's in Florida, and yeah, I guess it's kind of funny in Florida because the snowbirds, as we call them, the Canadians that go down to Florida in the winter months, in the cold Canadian months, they're just, soaking in the rays of the sun and going to the beach and not wearing sweaters or anything. But the locals, they're all putting sweaters and stuff on. So I have another friend who's in Ecuador right now, and yeah, he's kind of fleeing Canada. Not fleeing like he's done anything wrong, but he sees the writing on the wall for Canada. So so he's gone down to check out Ecuador. I texted him, say, maybe I'll go visit you. Anyway, I don't see as a priest how I could escape Canada. I think it's just, for anyone who can, stay in your troubled country, like in Canada, for example, and let's fight this. Let's resist this. And we need good people who are not wounded control freaks to run for government office. That's my 2 cents. Anyway, I enjoyed the lunch today, and I love Canada. I love Canada. It's my country. You're supposed to love the country. And there's so many good things about it. It's a beautiful country, traveling. Hello, Vicar. You want to come out? Okay, here, boy. Okay, come on out. Don't run away. I gotta grab your leash here. Vicar. There we go. Let me close the crate door. So, mark your spot, Vicar. Mark your spot. After high school in 1981, after grade 13, I was 18 years old, almost 19, and I took the Voyageur/Greyhound bus across Canada, and it was a religious experience because Canada is so big and so beautiful and so varied. It takes a couple days just to walk through. Vicar, if you don't pull me, you won't choke. It takes a couple days just to get through Ontario. Then you hit Manitoba, and before you know it, you're in Winnipeg, and everything is flat, and it's just amazing. And then you go through Manitoba, you go through Saskatchewan. It doesn't take long to get through those prairie provinces. The roads are almost completely straight. I mean, they have little curves in them just so people don't fall asleep at the wheel, I think. And I mean, it's not like around here or in Ontario, Vicar, where you've got this rock and we're going to go around this hill or whatever. Or you got in the prairies, it's like there's nothing out there that goes straight. I mean, there are trees there, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it is just open fields. Anyway, but then you come around the corner and you see like the foothills of the Rockies, Calgary and whatnot. It's like so gorgeous. And then you go through the Rocky Mountains, and then going to the East Coast. You got the Cabot Trail. You've got every province is absolutely beautiful. La Belle Province, the Quebec and New Brunswick and PEI and Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. And the Vancouver Island, so not the city of Vancouver, which is on the coast, but Vancouver Island, where there's the capital of British Columbia, Victoria, Nanaimo and all that area. And I haven't been up north yet. So, I mean, God made all this. God made all this. It's really amazing. Okay, Vicar. Okay, just a second, Vicar. Everyone wants to see you. Vicar, no, stop. Sit there, sit. Okay. Say hello to everybody. Are you happy? No, Vicar, sit there you're too close to me. Sit down. Vic, sit. Are you happy? Are you happy, dog? If you're happy and you know it, wag your tail. If you're happy and you know it, wag your tail. If you're happy and you know it. Vicar, are you happy? Are you happy? He can hardly contain himself. Okay, you can stand up. You want to come see me? Vicar, you kissed the camera. Okay. So anyway, Merry and blessed Christmas season to all. Amen. Okay, I guess I'll leave it like that. We're at 57 minutes and 30 seconds right now. Unless someone has any other comments. Thanks for joining in. I thank you for anyone who's going to be watching this video later. They're just, it's, in some sense it's killing time, but I don't know. I guess there's some value in hearing the thoughts of a priest, seeing that I have a lot of, potential growth, I'm a work in progress. And this guy needs a muffler. Here. One of these guys needs a muffler. Get off the road here. Yeah. Volkswagen. It's a Volkswagen. Okay. Put the camera to me, in case he's embarrassed. They'll see who it is. Maybe I know the person. Okay. I guess that's it. I guess hopefully it's some value of hearing the thoughts of one of your priests, and seeing that I'm a work in progress and I have a lot of work to do on myself, and I've got a lot of blind spots, but really appreciate your prayers, and we'll leave it here. The Lord be with you. May Almighty God bless each and every one of you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Go in peace, live in the truth, live free. Oh.
Hey, puppy. Nice, doggy.
Oh, thanks for saying hi. He loves saying hi to people.
Yeah, how old is he?
He's like 9 years old.
Okay.
But he's a country dog, so he's usually not on a leash or anything.
Well, he's my friend.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. He's your friend. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, let me see. I just gave you my blessing, and then I got distracted. We're all work in progress. Amen. Okay, that's it. Live in the truth. Live free. God bless you. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. 2 blessings bonus.